Hello and welcome to the Cox Sports Report. We are excited to have you all join us today. I am Morgan Lang with my co-host Matt Hatfield.
Morgan, we've got 1 week left in the regular season before the playoffs get going.
Well, let's see how this week goes, and then we can see how next week goes to the playoffs. And we are going to start off going to Hampton. We'll see the Hampton Crabbers take on the Bethel Bruins. And last year, Bethel won 17-13. So what do you think is going to happen here, Matt?
Well, Hampton needs a win to help their positioning for the postseason. They don't want to lose 3 straight years to the Bruins. And they'll give the ball in the hands of Javon Quillen, their sophomore quarterback. He changed from receiver to quarterback in the offseason, and it's working out pretty well. Gets a run inside the red zone of Bethel, and then he pitches it out to Demetrius Strickland for a touchdown from 6 yards out. Hampton on the board first early on, 7-0 against the Bruins of Bethel.
Well, let's see if the Bethel Bruins are going to be able to answer here with the number 25, Deontay Franklin, getting a nice run up the left side, getting stopped there around the 38-yard line. And we're going to get Hampton with the ball here, getting a nice handoff, nice run up the sideline there.
Yeah, you see so many weapons for Hampton on offense. Really, their struggles have been on defense this year as opposed to offense. You got Demetrius Strickland, and then Javelis Tony, and then you got Javon Quillen, who can run the football as well. It's 14-0 in favor of Hampton after that touchdown, and the Crabbers are looking for more, and Quillen's going to the air this time. Has a man, one-on-one coverage, who will pull it in for a big gainer right there. Taquan Wilkins, his go-to target.
And we're going to get an opportunity here. We've got quarterback having a nice run up the left side there. Oh my gosh, the ball is loose and it is a fumble. And Bethel picks up the ball. Nice pickup there by T.C. Chisley, getting an opportunity. And ooh, a little bad snap, bad grab here, but nice handle there. But number 20 is going to be brought down for a loss. That's Kyrie Friday there getting swallowed. Nice defense there, and they're getting swallowed by the Crabbers.
Yeah, Bethel unable to capitalize on that takeaway. And Hampton, you give them multiple opportunities, and they will make you pay, as they show right there with Umar Muhammad Wyatt going up in traffic for the reception there. And Hampton with a shutout there at the break. And in the second half, they're going to look for more points with their quarterback, Javon Quillen, using his legs to make things happen as he scoots out just inside the 5. They'll settle for a field goal from 23 yards out by Bo Lomax to extend that Crabbers lead to 17 early in the third quarter.
Yeah, let's take a look here. We've got great defense, and that Crabbers defense is just continuing to power through here. We've got a loose ball, but he picks it up and gets it. He's just continuing to getting swarmed here. And this defense, we'll say, is at halftime, Ricky Walker, defensive standout, was recognized, getting picked up for the Semper Fidelis All-American Bowl as well, and you can see why.
And then there's a touchdown there for the Crabbers. It is Brian Hart to Umar Muhammad Wyatt, 71 yards. Hampton still pitching a shutout, 24-0. They were much maligned early in the year, giving up 30 points per game, but they pitched a shutout last week, trying to do so again. Bethel trying to get something on the board, and they get a nice run, but it's coming back on a holding penalty.
And Bethel here with the bomb. It's up. And it's looking like it's going to be, oh no, it's intercepted there. Taquan Wilkins is getting up and he is going for it. And will it be able to go all the way? It's looking good. And he steps out of bounds just outside the red zone.
Wilkins, an excellent two-way send-up for the Crabbers. You see him catching passes, intercepting passes, and now you get the pitch out there. Javelis Tony, 15-yard touchdown run, tack on the extra point from Lomax. It's 31-0 Hampton, just one score away from a running clock in a game that was expected to go down to the wire.
And on the kickoff return here, we have Quentin Lee getting some ground as he's trying to make some headway, getting up the field here. And brought down again by that Crabbers defense, and they're just continuing to be able to go back here. And Bethel with the throw, but who is it? We have an interception by Vincent Barrett, and he is looking like he's got some legs on him and some speed. That Bethel offense is trying to get grip. He is going, and he will be in. That is an 86-yard run to the house, getting them on the board 38-0 in the fourth quarter.
The juniors stepping up in a major way there, and the running clock now on for Bethel, running out of time, and the bad snap will not help things for them. And the Bruins fall to 5-5. Playoff hopes might be slipping away now. Hampton with a shutout to secure a berth. Javon Quillen with 94 yards passing, 118 yards on the ground, and a touchdown. You see Ricky Walker leaving the game with an ankle injury, did not return. And Hampton closes out the regular season at 6-4.
And we're not going to stop here. We're going to continue going to Newport News at Todd Stadium, where we're going to see the Denbigh Patriots take on the Woodside Wolverines. And we're going to start here with Woodside getting number 1, Jaquan Lassiter, getting a nice run and almost into the end zone.
These are two prolific offenses shaping up to be a shootout perhaps. And now you see Woodside here on the little jet sweep play with Darius Howell. Touchdown, 7-0 in favor of the Wolverines early on in the first quarter. How does Denbigh answer? Well, they'll do a little option pitch themselves with Terrence Dingle to Patrick Alston, who cuts inside for a run into Woodside territory, and the Denbigh offense making things happen behind Dingle at QB.
And Terrence Dingle, here we go, with the 23 yards on the keeper, getting to get on the board. Tie game, 7-7. Kick is good. Excited to see this back and forth. Let's see if it continues.
These offenses are executing at a high clip, and they're not going to slow down anytime soon as L.J. Taylor completes the pass over the middle to the tight end Gary Ruckman, who breaks away for some yardage after the catch into the Denbigh red zone now, and Woodside's offense making things go with the run and the pass. And now you see Terrence Jones, the lineman, after a safety. He punches it in from 2 yards out, doing his William Refrigerator Perry impersonation right there.
16-7 on the board. You see PA announcer Bill Nettles getting recognized at halftime for his 900th game. Incredibly impressive there. And back to Denbigh here with Darius Banks with a nice run up the right side from Dingle, and he will go 36 yards to pay dirt, 16-14.
So many weapons in this game, Morgan. It's 16-14, and you're going to see more scoring here as L.J. Taylor throws it into the end zone. It is complete for a touchdown to Ray Jackson. He was a defensive back, now starting to learn to play the receiver position. Looks like he's picking it up well.
And here Denbigh goes with a throw, and it is long to Khalil Wharton. And nice grab there, 33-yard pass from Dingle. He's going to end up being able to make a pass here. Dingle again, going up, and it's grabbed and in, and what a huge completion to Wharton. That's 33-yard touchdown, continuing this back and forth answer. Some
tremendous snags by the receivers in this game and some excellent throws as well, as you see Taylor now coming right back after Dingle's completion for a score, and he finds his man for a touchdown. It's Jaquan Lassiter weaving inside to the end zone on a 39-yard scoring play. And folks, we do have a shootout, 30-20, and there's still 19 seconds left in the third quarter.
And we're going to keep going here with Tyron Burns, number 10. He gets up the left side, gets through, plouses through that defender there with an 18 yards from Dingle. On the board, 30-27.
It's a back and forth roller coaster. We hope you have your seatbelt buckled in. And now Darius Banks on the quick screen from Dingle. He gets away from defenders into the Woodside territory, 40-yard line before he's dragged out of bounds. Denbigh with that wide open attack. Now they'll run it with the draw play here, and there's Alston busting loose into the 5-yard line of Woodside, and right now these offenses are just humming, Morgan.
And Dingle, he's going to have an opportunity to get in, and he gets in on the keeper. He plows through on a nice 1-yard run to punch it in there, and 30-34.
And I don't think we're done. We've got more. L.J. Taylor, he's now looking over the middle. He's got the tight end Ruckman complete, spins away from a guy. He eventually gets tripped up at about the 5-yard line, and Woodside with a lot of determination and heart in this game, answering every big play from Denbigh. And there's Sam Alvarez for touchdown. Wolverines up 36-34. Denbigh still got time, though.
And who they're going to keep it to? They're going to keep it to Dingle as he goes in with a touchdown. This time it's a 5-yard run with 1:15 left in the game. Look at these fans getting juiced up. They are pumped. 36-41.
But they might have left too much time for Woodside as Taylor goes down the field with the bomb, finds an open man, and he hooks up with Ray Jackson for a 53-yard touchdown, the go-ahead score, and the Woodside Wolverines are celebrating. It's not over just yet.
It's not. They scored quickly. Maybe we can have an answer here by Denbigh as they're getting up here with Dingle, and he's going to throw it, and it's looking, oh gosh, and it's intercepted there by Trey Reed, and this will seal the deal as the Wolverines close out at 6-4, and Denbigh moves to 7-3. What an exciting finish to this game as L.J. Taylor gets 234 yards and 3 touchdowns, and Terrence Dingle had some solid numbers as we saw with 335 yards and 3 touchdowns. Fabulous job there.
What a ball game. It looks like both teams will make the playoffs. Also in the Peninsula District, Phoebus a winner over Kickintan 23-6 to take first place in the PD for sure. To close out the year, Gloucester 21-12 over Minchville as Tyler Banks rushes for 221 yards for the Dukes.
And Heritage takes Warwick 40-6 as Jeremiah Boyd puts up some numbers with 256 yards and 3 touchdowns and 2 overtimes with the Jamestown over Tab 28-27. What an incredible game there by Saspesky.
And Lafayette over War Hill 65-14. Jaleel Green 200 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns, also a touchdown reception. Bruton a winner over New Kent 49-7. You see 157 yards and 3 touchdowns for Capri Doucette. A tough one for New Kent as they had to play in wake of the passing of sophomore linebacker Jacob Vick this week, who collapsed at practice on Tuesday.
And York takes Smithfield 15-14. Nice close game there by Marcus Wakeland, getting 85 yards and 2 touchdowns. But Coastal takes Grafton 31-7 as Grayson Boyce puts up 114 yards.
And King William a winner over West Point in the Tallwood District by a count of 34-13. You see Dre Smith with 109 yards rushing and a touchdown. Well, you don't want to touch that dial because we've got plenty more highlights. Also pilot at practice with the Green Run Stallions here on Sports Report. And welcome back to Sports Report with Morgan Lang. I am Matthew Hatfield. The Green Run Stallions finished with a record of 2-8 overall last season, missing the playoffs, and they made a coaching change, bringing in Jeff McGowan from Kempsville, used to be the head coach there, to be their new head coach. And now the Stallions are 6-3 overall and solidly in the playoffs. Larry Obama from the Virginia Pilot caught up with Coach McGowan and the Stallions for our latest edition of Pilot at Practice.
I'm Larry Obama for Pilot Practice here at Green Run High School, where last season the Stallions were 2-8. This year, they're going to the playoffs. Coach, you got them ready for the playoffs now. How surprised are you?
I'm not surprised. It's the attitude. Kids are going to do what you let them do. And, you know, I'm very demanding, and I want the best for these kids. And I just put it out there for them, and they're responding. You have little hiccups along the way, but you just brush it off and keep going. You know, our focus is one game at a time. Luckily, the playoffs are there, but we want to finish this thing 7-3. We don't want to stumble into them.
I had a good feeling about this year because I knew we had a new coach come in, Coach McGowan. He's an excellent coach. I've heard from plenty of people, and I came here, and I was just hoping we can get something. I knew we had a bunch of talent, and I knew we could make good things happen if we had the right things going on.
Well, it helps a lot because now we know that we just can't be on the team, just doing whatever we want to. We got to do whatever he says and whatever he says go. Well, our team, we just clicked together and we told ourselves from the beginning that we was going to make the playoffs, and that's what we did.
Your quarterback, not a big guy, but he's coming in here. He's one of the top passers in the area.
Austin's just a blue-collar kid. You know, he's a technician. He's not going to walk on the field and you get intimidated by him. But if you give him time, he'll pick you apart. And we got the receivers that can do it. You know, he's over 1,700 yards passing, probably, I believe, 1,800 now with last week. And he understands. He's not throwing that ball 60 yards down the field. You know, he's hitting those 5, 10-yard intermediate routes and letting our guys do what they do.
I've been able to do it because, I mean, our receivers, they are the best in the beach by far. They got speed, they can catch, and they're just big time in big game situations. And they've produced many yards off short yardage situations.
We got a lot of other guys that we're getting out there, but we got to clean up some academics to let them know it's just not a walk in the park. You know, you got to do everything in that classroom first and let everything else out here just fall into place. Our kids are going to be seen. You know, that's one thing I promise them. I will get their names out there and their tapes. Just give me something to show them.
It's a big surprise getting up to where I am now, but I'm just happy for my team and how far we've came. I could care less about my stats and all that stuff. I just want to get to where we want to be in the States.
Just need to stay healthy, and people need to take care of their assignments. You know, we stumbled against Cox because people started doing their own thing. It's unacceptable. You know, this team right now, we're not huge in numbers, not huge in size. We have tons of athletes, but if we get everybody on the same page, we should be in good position. It's
going to take a lot of discipline and just everybody working together as a team and just they got to play their part. As one of our coaches said a while back, he said you got to play your 1-11. You play your one, and everybody else plays their one, and you got 11 people together.
You can follow the Stallions on Cox 11 and in the Virginia Pilot. For Pilot Practice, I'm Larry Obama.
Thanks, Larry, and stay tuned as we'll see more great highlights as the Crusaders take on the Bulldogs and Salem and Tallwood. Welcome back to the Cox Sports Report. I'm Morgan Lang with Matt Hatfield, and we are going to launch off the second half of this show at Virginia Beach Sportsplex, where we're going to see the Bishop-Sullivan Crusaders take on Norfolk Academy Bulldogs, where Bishop-Sullivan is currently undefeated, and do we think it's going to remain that way?
It might, as you've got an old story private school rivalry here. This is private school football at its finest, Morgan, as you have Bishop-Sullivan coming in, as you said, undefeated, and they get the kickoff right here. It's Liam Corca racing down the right sideline all the way 75 yards to the house, and that's a touchdown for Bishop-Sullivan. They're on the board at the Sportsplex right away in the rain. It's not slowing them down at all with the lead on Norfolk Academy.
And there'll be a 2-point conversion there, making it 8-0 for Bishop-Sullivan. And on this next play with the long bomb, wow, he has crushed it, and that is to number 80, Kevin Rom from Blake LaRussa. That is a 59-yard pass. They go for another 2-point conversion, which won't be good, so we're at 14-0.
Now LaRussa pitches it out to Bryce Tucker for a 34-yard run as he cuts it inside, and that's a terrific run there by Tucker. Another part of that balanced attack for Bishop-Sullivan. They're able to throw the ball and run the ball. 14-0 in favor of the Crusaders heading to the second quarter.
And how will that second quarter play out as we see Bishop-Sullivan here with a 14-yard pass from LaRussa to Gary Felton, getting a nice continuation of the series there before the end of the first quarter with a 2-point conversion, 22-0.
A couple of newcomers to those programs. LaRussa coming this past year from Grassfield and Felton from Ocean Lakes. And now Norfolk Academy with a touchdown pass. It looks like it will get here. It's a fumble, though, on the 44-yard pass, recovered by Tyler Holmes, who marches it into the end zone. Let's watch it again. Excellent hit there by Bishop-Sullivan, but the presence of mind there by Holmes to scoop that ball up and run it in.
That's nice, and the extra point will be good by Marshall Villa getting the kick, and that'll be 22-7, still in favor of Bishop-Sullivan, but good to see Norfolk Academy getting into this game and seeing how it plays out as LaRussa here goes back to Kevin Rom, and will he be able to break in and break through that end zone? It's looking like it might happen here.
And now they hand it off there for the touchdown by Pierce Turner, the son of Coach Carl Turner. Crusaders up 28-7 in the pouring rain. It's not slowing down that passing attack, as you see right there. An unbelievable catch as Jamil Kamara, the 4-star recruit who just went to Michigan State for a visit, skying up for that reception there from LaRussa. Let's watch it again, Morgan.
Whoop, and he is getting up. Look at that. That is an incredible vertical leap as he gets up and he gets hit, but comes down with an incredible catch, as you say, and a nice game to see. Michigan State versus Michigan this weekend. What a close one. But here we go again with Gary Felton from LaRussa getting the grab here with a 45-yard touchdown pass. Another 2-point conversion, which will be good, 36-7 in favor of the Crusaders.
And what a year LaRussa's having. First 3,000-yard passer on Hampton Road since Philip Sims of Oscar Smith in 2007. Norfolk Academy, too much fighting them to go away quietly, as you see Alan Parrott with a 13-yard touchdown run. His head slammed to the turf, got injured, did not return. Does appear to be okay, though, not seriously hurt. That's good to see. 36-13, Bishop-Sullivan still comfortably in front.
Yeah, and here we go. That was the end of the first half as we come into the second here with Bishop-Sullivan getting an interception. Nathan Long getting a nice pass here with a 36-yard return. Happens at the third quarter there, and we're going to continue here as Bishop-Sullivan with Jamil Kamara getting the grab just in the corner of the end zone there with a 10-yard touchdown pass. Again, the 2-point we'll go for will not be good, 42-13, and that is the end of your game.
I just see LaRussa with 271 yards through the air, 4 touchdowns. You see one of those to Kevin Rom. Dimitri Boyce had 93 yards on the ground. Parrott chipping in 62 in defeat for Norfolk Academy. Bishop-Sullivan stays unbeaten.
And Atlantic Shore takes Isle of Wight 24-2 with Aaron Ferguson getting 132 yards and 2 touchdowns. Portsmouth Christian getting 58-18 over Hampton Christian, with John Pope getting 179 yards and 3 total touchdowns.
Mansfield Suffolk Academy all over Hampton Roads Academy, 63-14 behind Addison Peaks, 217 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. And North Cross with a win via forfeit over Norfolk Christian, 2-0, as the Norfolk Christian season will come to an end there, unfortunately.
And we're going to come back to Virginia Beach, where we just were. Another wet day. As you can see, you can barely see through those lenses. And we're going to see the Salem Sun Devils take on the Tallwood Lions, where Tallwood hasn't beaten Salem since 2004, and they've been outscored by Salem 174-0 in the last 5 meetings.
So 5 straight shutouts. They haven't scored it. Talking about juniors that were in elementary school the last time they scored, and Tallwood now gets the ball first, trying to spring that upset, and they've had a great year so far from the running back Kentori Matthews, setting the school record for rushing yards in the season, and add 40 to it right here as he makes guys miss, breaks away, 40 yards to the end zone for Matthews, and Tallwood with the early lead on undefeated Salem by a count of 7-0. Extra point by Daquan Potter is good.
Well, it's exciting to see it. They've broken that final, getting on the board there after 5 years, and Salem here is going to be able to return it with Malik Butts having a nice 50-yard run as he's brought down there just at the 10-yard line. Nice run as they answer there, and Lightbody will keep it as he's brought down by Darian Williams. Great sack there. Good to see this defense in the game, but the field goal by Salem by Tyler McKee is good. That's a 24-yard field goal, and they're on the board 7-3.
So Salem's trying to chip away here. As you see, the Umbrellas are out in full force here in Virginia Beach on just a soggy night for high school football. Now they go to the passing game with quarterback Reggie Rudolph connecting with his open receiver hitter right there down the middle of the field. That's Daquan Porter for the completion. Now Jarrell Lightbody trying to come right back and match him for Salem as he goes up top. Incomplete, though. The passing game having a tough time with this rain on this evening, Morgan.
Well, I can see why. It is pouring down rain as Reggie Woodhoff here getting an interception by number 10, DJ Davis. What a way to turn this game here, and exciting to see them playing both ways. And here we've got Butts, as you keep an eye on him, getting a 3-yard run into the touchdown. Nice way to finish that as the Sun Devils get ahead. An extra point will be blocked. Look at that. Woo, nice job there. 9-7.
I'll tell you, we got to like the effort on special teams there. But Salem hanging on in a tough defensive battle, 9-7 as they go to the second half. Tallwood changing uniforms, Morgan, from purple to black. Will it give them some good luck?
I guess we'll find out. Right now it's looking good as Tallwood has the ball here, complete to Will Howard, number 2. And here we've got punching it in by Matthews. Nice 1-yard punch in there as Porter makes the kick. 14-9. It's looking like black uniforms is the way to go.
It is. It was so wet they had to do so. And Lightbody now dropping back on 4th and 15. He is stripped by Shamir Tyner. Ball is loose, and there is Darian Williams scooping it up and running the other way. 54 yards. Yes, it is a Tallwood touchdown. The Lions fans are going crazy trying to knock off Salem before their regular season finale showdown with Ocean Lakes, and they're looking pretty good. 21-9 with 7 minutes and change to go.
Great play there by Williams as he has a good play earlier, bringing down a sack. And we've got a pass here to Tyree Burton, and it is incomplete. It looks like he almost had his hands on it, and unfortunately it's probably just because it's one of those wet days. But Lightbody here is going to go deep, and it's looking, and it's intercepted by Joshua James as he steps out of bounds.
That Tallwood defense with 3 takeaways from Salem, all in the second half, stepping up. It's been their offense doing the job most of the year. The defense helping out on this night. Then Nicholas Jakeem Driver with the touchdown from 6 yards out, put it on the board, and the Lions will indeed spring the upset. It was brewing for a while, and they got it done. 28-9 over the Salem Sun Devils. You'll see Kentori Matthews with 176 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, 7 solo stops for Darian Williams, and Malik Butts had 139 yards rushing and a touchdown in defeat for the Sun Devils.
And more in the Beach District. Ocean Lakes over Princess Anne 45-6 as Churchy Harold gets 3 touchdowns and goes for 104 yards, and Green Run takes First Colonial 41-21 as Anthony Scott gets 190 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns.
Both of those teams moving towards the playoffs. Lansdowne knocking off Kellum and ending their 3-game winning streak. Troy Penn-Guyton with a game-winning field goal from 40 yards out as time expired there for the Eagles. Bayside a winner over Cox 20-14 as the All-American UVA commit Quinn Blanding with a touchdown run on offense and 8 tackles on defense.
And Lake Taylor shut out on Granby 42-0 as Wayne Davis gets 3 interceptions, and Churchland takes Wilson 32-14 as Austin Elliott for Churchland gets 68 yards there, a touchdown.
Other scores from the Eastern District, it was Norview blanking Booker T. Washington 35-0 to snap a 5-game losing streak. You see Devon Watford with 101 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. Oscar Smith, they remain undefeated in the top dog in the Southeastern District with a 35-0 shutout of Great Bridge as Deshaun McLeese rushes for 3 touchdowns, bringing his season total to 20 on the year of TDs.
Ooh, solid. That's a big run there. Western Branch getting Nansman Ritter 63-28 as Mondrail Glover gets 216 rushing 2 touchdowns, and Grassfield takes Indian River 33-18 as Isaiah Harper goes 97 yards with a touchdown. Nice way to finish out there.
Future ODU Monarch there on Isaiah Harper. Kings Fork a winner over Hickory by a count of 35-14. Taekwon Weston, he scores 3 touchdowns 3 different ways for the Bulldogs. Deep Creek, 2 straight wins for them. They were winless before that. 21-16 using a goal line stand to beat Lakeland, and Joe Whitfield finds the end zone twice for the Hornets.
And who is your player of the week? Well, it is Timothy Holden Bethea from Heritage High School as he gets 236 all-purpose yards and huge numbers there with 2 touchdowns, another 2 touchdowns, and the Hurricanes defeat Warwick 40-6 as they finish 9-1 overall, which is their best record since 2000.
So much exciting action, Morgan, and we are out of time. We thank you for watching, and come back here next week for another edition as we march towards the playoffs here on the Cox Sports Report.